Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and this time we are going to repair a heater according to the manufacturer. It is a ceramic heater with the steam option, because here we can see that we have it connected and everything, and it does not turn on or anything. We are going to remove the 4 screws from the sides. And since we have it, then I am only going to remove this to prevent it from scratching or falling. It is not necessary, but well, this we are going to remove the lid like this. The lid is only pulled upwards, and if you want to turn it over or as you accommodate when it is. We have disassembled, then we are going to check it, and we are going to check first what the extinguisher is, because if it does not turn on, we are going to focus first on the extinguisher. If the extinguisher works, well, we are going to wiring, and so we go. In this case here we can see that it has continuity. Look. So since we have checked what the damper is, take out the checks with continuity, resistance or series, or you can make a bridge just temporary to like here, and the device does not turn on, then we already have a fault here, because we go first to where the energy arrives. You check first that it has power here in the wiring. If it has power, then we go to follow the lines to see where this line goes. Well, this line through the black wire goes to the card. Then we are going to pause there a little bit, and we are going to go to the other cable, to the red cable. And this, where does it go? To a thermal resistance or thermal fuse as you know it. To remove this one, because we are only going to remove the screws that hold the cover. This type of thermals that pass, for example those that bring this type of heaters, or the irons when they it goes from 240 degrees in the resistor, it opens, then it stops passing current or stops having continuity. The best thing is to test it being disconnected, but you can also do it connected. When you have a fault with a beep like this blinking, it means that it is wrong, but the most common to detect what is good, the sound must be heard so clean. If you can't hear anything or you hear it with noise, it's already bad. I advise you to disconnect it, and that's it. Well, this is another resistance that is for steam, and these blue wires are the ones that bring the diodes of glass practically to detect as if it were a temperature sensor. Now what we are going to do, we are going to remove the card, since we have the card disconnected. Because I say that the card, because we already checked the thermal sensor and we have practically no fuse, which in theory would be that. And now on the card we don't have fuses, so we're going to check the lines to how we can see the black wire gets to there where the whole handful of red black wires and everything is, but here flipping around we realize that from there it comes out, shares the track. With the other cables that in theory we are going to discard them right now, we are going to go for the most obvious, and this cable arrives here, and this track reaches us to the transformer. Then the transformer is the specifications it has is that it must deliver a voltage of 10. volts according to the spec label. Right now we are going to test it so you can see how it is checked. Practically we only have to check that it reaches 127 volts and that it takes out the 10 to 200 milliamps. We are going to check only the voltages. Watch here, I am going to use a multimeter I did not have. My multimeter, I have another one like it, but I didn't have mine. This one apparently I hadn't realized that it's damaged. It marks the voltages are double, but well, look, check out, it's getting 243 volts, so more or less it's 127, 120, what it should get, so it's okay. But nothing arrives at the output, so what does it mean? Well, that this part or this transformer is useless. If it were useful we would have to go and do a more specific check, which would be, for example, check the capacitor, check the relay, check diode bridge, filters, all that. In this case we are going to remove the transistor for the transistor right now, sorry, the transformer to check it. And remember that if you like my content then like, comment, share, subscribe. In the description there is Facebook, so you also upload content, answer questions there, everything. And well, let's check this one to test it practically as it is. As you see it, you have to test the coil here and it should mark us a resistance from here too, or energize from here and it should give us an output in the part. Upper this one was practically not bad here, the ideal would be to change it, but this could be repaired. What was the fault? That a little cable was broken. Then here where this little leg goes, a cable must come out, a little copper cable or magneto as many know it, so if it is broken, you just have to join it with soldering and everything and you can put it back and you will not have any inconvenience. Then we are going to proceed to, since we clean the card and everything to put it, we are going to solder it. I also remind you that if you want this, support me, subscribe in the other channels that I have. The description can also be a donation or become a member. All the information is in the description, and well, I will thank you for all that and I will continue with content. I know that maybe it is not of the best quality, but I don't have it in the devices and also the time, but well, I try to do the best I can and we are going to solder the terminals. Just check that you do not have cold soldering, because if you are not going to have any problem, and we clean it with isopropyl alcohol as the cards. And now we're going to put it together. Okay, well, we're going to put all this coating or this tube of thermal tube. In theory we put it on it, it shouldn't be missing and that's it. It should be well put here. No, don't leave it loose or anything, because if you can't, you can overheating and it can burn the plastics. Then avoid that. Let's put these others, the caps that we remove, as well as we remove it. We are going to put it. It is not science, it is quite easy. There are times that repairs are very simple and you can do them. There are times that are more complicated because it has tandem damage. That means that it has serial failures, so it is best to take it to a specialist if you see that the cards are flamed or something like that. You have to do a complete cleaning with isopropyl alcohol. Also the fan tries to lubricate it, and now we are going to connect it. In theory we already have everything fine. When we connect it, it should give us continuity and it should turn on the heater. There it is, the heater is already on and everything is working, practically everything. The keys that mean that the push buttons and everything are working well. So here what we have to do now is proceed to assemble it, as well as just putting its lid on it. They go to this part. From up here and all that, just as we removed it, that's how it is put now. Since we have it here on the floor, well, let's turn it on. You can pour water on it to test. In this case I'm just going to put it to work with the pure air and that's it. It's pretty quiet. It's the only thing I liked, I think, about this fan or this heater. It's pretty quiet. I'm going to put them as you hear. As you can see, it is very quiet, and well, we have one more repair for the workshop. I hope you liked it. See you until next time. Ciao.